back in the air at Phoenix International Raceway. Dale Earnhardt Jr. leading Ryan Newman as they complete the first lap after the restart.
And Ryan Newman had a look on the outside of the A car first lap on that restart, but he got down the corner on high, and Junior said, see ya, drove away from it.
Oh, he's a little bit of a mess after the restart.
Yes, it is. Especially on these pressures. I mean, these guys, I'm telling you what, there's no air on the left side of these tires. The cars they just wiggle a lot.
Tony Stewart, Matt Kenseth, 20 and 17. They're racing for 5th and 6th. Kurt Busch just ahead of them, up to 4th on the pit stops.
How about that pit stop by Kurt Busch's crew in that 97 car? Get him out in 4th position.
Yeah, he was running strong before that pit stop. They're going to have to deal with him before the day's over.
I get Jimmy Johnson there, trapped in behind a couple lap cars as Kurt works Casey Kane for 3rd place.
Marty, that was a great stop for these guys.
Indeed it was, BP. 13-3 on the stop, exactly what they needed, and the adjustments that Kurt wanted. He told Jimmy Finning under the caution after the stop, the car's very good at the end of the run, Jimmy. I think we have something to work with today.
Check the championship standings as they run in the race with Earnhardt Jr. leading. Kurt Busch running 4th. Jimmy Johnson running 7th. Still tight.
Right now, Johnson and Junior tied with 73 points behind the leader.
Jeremy Mayfield just struggling today. 25th place right now. And while we watch Kurt Busch, we check our Wendy's race menu. The final 2 races to determine the Nextel Cup champion for this year. The Southern 500 at Darlington next Sunday, and then that great Homestead Miami Speedway in 2 weeks.
Can you imagine running 500 miles at Darlington with $5 million at stake? Oh my goodness gracious alive.
Like it's not tough enough. Throw a little money pressure in there.
Exactly. I mean, just trying to run around there by yourself for 500 miles would be tough enough. You throw 42 other cars on there and $5 million, it's more than the body can stand.
A little second place pressure here. Casey Kane working on Ryan Newman.
Yes, indeed. Made some adjustments to that car and giving Newman a fit right now. Bill, what are they saying about that 9 car? It looks like it's pretty good right now.
Yeah, well, I got a thumbs up from crew chief Tommy Baldwin on Casey Kane's car. Obviously, at the end of the run, not as good as it was at the beginning. Halfway through that run, Tommy told his driver, you're doing great, just hang on to it. We will fix it for you when you come in. So it was tight at the end of the run, but on the get-go, it's pretty good. We'll be watching it. Let's go further down pit road. Dave.
Bill, the 12 team told their driver exactly what you reported about the 9. They told him he starts out well, but he may fade near the end of the run. So Newman, with that knowledge, may let the 9 go now, but he knows he may come back to him. Matt?
BP.
Yes.
If I were you, I would take your checkbook with you to Darlington because there's a bunch of guys in red who are going to be looking for you race morning.
What did you do?
I just saw the tape back. Walt Smith timed it 12.56 seconds on that last stop.
Oh, but I paid them for those 12-second stops. It's down to the 11-second bracket. I'm okay, Matt. I paid off.
They say they're still going by last year's rules. Stop the drop.
Hey,
well, BP's not.
This is the BP rules. I changed them.
That 12-second stuff was breaking the bank. Huh?
Exactly. I had my big old checkbook walking through the garage area.
And they did not hesitate to find you. A lot of teams. Junior's opened up almost 2 seconds on Ryan Newman that quickly after the restart.
The 8 car. No wonder Tony Uri Jr. smiled at me this morning because he was right. It was awfully.
Robbie Gordon in the singular car, the 31, soldiering along in 17th place.
Robbie looked like he was loose in early. I don't know what adjustments they made to that car. Marty, what What did they do to that car in a pit stop?
I have that information for you, Wally. You want it?
Yes,
All right.
do.
His car was loose early in the run, and it stayed loose for too long. It was very good at the end of the run. So what they did to fix the loose condition, they went down on the track bar one round and put a pound in the right rear tire. Robbie said, guys, quote, this car is going to be good. Trust me.
Watch his left leg over there. Looks like he's pumping the brakes, BP.
He is. He gets almost to the corner. Watch that leg go up and down as he starts pumping. A couple of times to be sure that he's got a nice, firm pedal when he drives it down in the corner.
But if you're pumping the brakes on a cool day like this early in the race, that's not good.
Oh, I agree with that now.
I love watching Robbie's eyes when we take this on board because he seems to like the run with that visor up. And you just see the concentration and how far ahead of the race car to the left he's looking around the corner.
Yeah, you've got to look a long way up there. And actually, Robbie's car looks pretty good. I mean, based on we've seen Robbie saw on the steering wheel quite a bit lately in the last few races. So looks like he's got that car a little bit better.
You have voted. We have results.
Okay.
Our singular wireless race talk poll, which of the 4 tracks Jeff Gordon has not won on will he win his first?
So they didn't listen to you, BP.
They didn't listen to me, I'm telling you.
Chicago won.
Yeah, but still, not by much.
And Homestead coming up in a couple of weeks.
And a lot of teams going to test there. Here is for 3rd place, Kurt Busch.
And it looks like our pit reporters were correct. They told the 12 car that the 9 car will start to struggle. You should be able to drive away from him, and they did. Marty?
BP Jimmy Finning has a big smile on his face because this is not what he expected. I talked to him this morning. He said, I don't think the car is going to be that great. Right now, it's a top 10 car. It's definitely not a top 5 car, but we can make it better. One adjustment into the race. Look at Kurt. Going forward, the car very good. This is the same car he won both races with at New Hampshire earlier this year, and Kurt firmly believes this car would have won Richmond as well. Obviously showing up very well again. They think this is their strength, the flat 1-mile racetrack. Kurt Busch could wind up gaining a lot of points after losing a lot last week in Atlanta.
Kurt Busch led 117 laps here in 2002, 98 last year. He's running 3rd to Dale Earnhardt Jr. thus far today in Phoenix.
NASCAR Nextel Cup Racing from Phoenix, presented by Subway, is brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. Napa, get the good stuff. By Chevy, the winningest name in racing, an American revolution. By new M3 Power from Gillette, the new power behind the Gillette Young Guns. And by Budweiser, it's time for a fresh one. Grab a Budweiser, the race is on.
Over 100,000 have come to Phoenix International Raceway today to see what twists the chase for the Nextel Cup story will take in this chapter. Thus far, the story's been that man, Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Man, he is fast. He has pulled out the 2.5-second lead on Ryan Newman.
Newman led the opening 43 laps, then Jr. went by him and has led 59, now make it 60 of the laps that have been run.
We'll see a battle. Jeff Gordon is battling up for the 13th position. 25, Brian Vickers 13th, Jeff is 14th, and Bobby Labonte 15th.
I tipped the cap to Vickers in that 25. Wally, career best finish in Atlanta last Sunday.
Yeah, those guys have struggled a little bit here lately, and that was a nice confidence boost for them. He's running pretty good here, qualified well. Now he's talking about some rain.
You know what they say about rain?
They're talking to their drivers, asking if you're seeing water on the windshield, but you can definitely see and feel the drops down here on pit road, and now the caution is out.
Is that for Matt Kenseth?
Yeah, left rear
tire's flat. We saw the exactly the same thing on a Busch car yesterday. The tire just left there. It sits on the racetrack. That's why the caution flag is out.
But yesterday it happened early, didn't it?
Yeah.
Which could have been pressures.
Yeah, the caution flag is for that tire laying on the racetrack.
Matt Kenseth was 5th at the time, and after the engine problem in Atlanta last Sunday that knocked him back in the championship, another problem here today in Phoenix.
Well, but I mean, this is happening at the right time, really. They come in here and change it. He's not going to lose a lap.
He just got to go the end of the longest line because pitting too soon.
This is off of turn 4. And you see it just leaves right there.
Man. Goes down, hits the inside wall, and comes back across Bill?
Well, they'll have to try and lift the car to slide the jack underneath it. All the guys over the wall trying to lift up that car, struggling. Now they've got the jack underneath. Now they pump it up. They'll change the left side tires and then send Matt back out on the track and bring it back in later. They tighten all the lugs. Now Matt's on his way. Disappointing stage. We'll be back to Phoenix to see pit stops in a moment.
Back at Phoenix, where pit road is about to be open for the lead lap cars under the second caution of today's Checker Auto Parts 500.
All right, all these cars will hit pit road. All the lead lap cars anyway. Marty, Kurt Busch, coming to you.
Running third, BP, very happy with his race car. He said the car turns into the corner very well. I'm just too tight coming off of the corner. So Jimmy Finning has decided to put a half of turn of wedge in the right rear. That should loosen Kurt's car up a little bit. He said, we're close. Don't do too much. Bill?
Casey Kane pulls into his pit stall. That time the car really wasn't that good on the restart. Casey said it was coming back to him. Track bar and air pressure adjustment. Watch the clock on these guys. Matt.
Easy inch for Dale Earnhardt Jr. said the car was a little free on that last set of tires, but didn't want any adjustments. They do want to stay on top of this condition in case it gets worse, Dave.
Wedge adjustment already made for Ryan Newman for tire change. His car was too loose on exit. He leaves.
What did we see? Some two-tire stops that time?
We had a little strategy shuffle, huh?
Oh, look at that. Jeff Gordon, Sadler, Vickers.
Now they're thinking about the weather game, obviously.
We'll follow up from pit road on the strategy in a minute. Under caution here at Phoenix, you're watching NASCAR on NBC.